Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trash Fashion with Jack of Spades. My name is Jack, and today we're going to get into building a Star Trek inspired cruiser or starship. What I'm using for this build is a plastic base from a children's toy. That's this yellow thing right here. This would be filled with water or sand to keep it weighted down, and a blue, 3 sections of blue plastic tubing with fittings, with connectors, to make it into a little basketball hoop. Had a little hoop to put on top. Now this here was thrown away, so I scavenged it, because when I first looked at it, I instantly saw a starship from Star Trek, kind of like the USS Enterprise. So yeah, that's what that is. That's a just a little plastic base for a toy. And I already went and glued on some LED strips. Well, I didn't glue them on. They're tacked on right now, but they will be glued later on. I drilled some holes and ran the wiring through. I was able to access the wiring through here. This will be either cut off and sealed, or I will add on to this right here and use it as part of the build of the ship's design. So yeah, that's that. And over here we have a connecting dorsal that that was made out of a jam squeeze bottle. The bottle was cut at the center, at the top and at the bottom, leaving only the center, and I cut it diagonally, and then I just shaped it to fit whatever I was gluing it to, so that it fits flush on there. And as you can see up here, it's flat, it's flush, so it connects like that, kind of like the USS Enterprise. Now, I made these little dorsals over here to connect the warp engine nacelle, which is made out of the same tubing that I just mentioned, and I used those fittings. Back here, I used another piece of that blue tubing to make little louvers to give it that classic design. That's the other fitting. Inside this tube, there's a strip of LEDs, the same strip that we see here, only it has the casing, which is pretty much something like this, with a little visor on it to blur out the light. So I'm going to go ahead and light it up. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I mentioned it, this was just a balloon, like a manual air pump to fill balloons for parties. That's what this casing is right here. And I got these little pieces of plastic here that I'm going to use as well. I'm going to use one of them for sure. I think I'll use this medium one to make the primary sensor that you'll see on the USS Enterprise. The original USS Enterprise has something similar to that on there. So I'm going to use that for that. These came from a little plastic fish toy that had a string holding them together. And I'll be using these on other builds. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and light it up. I think I covered everything. I'm going to light it up and show you guys how it lights. Some of the lights might be wonky sometimes when I handle it, but that's only because the wires are not fully secure. But that's how the primary hull looks so far. The nacelles have the blue light on one side only. I didn't make it to where the whole thing lights up or both sides. I just put it on one side. And then you have this little piece right here, the louvers, and I like that little gap because it leaves a little yellow glow there, which is kind of cool. And there's the front of it. Looks pretty good. I'm very happy with it. So that's about it for now. There is a light in here which I might not use. We'll see. I still got to drill a hole so I can put a supporting bar on there to mount it on a stand. So we'll see. That's still in the works. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I love the engines. They came out really cool. Now I got to glue everything together and make this thing look like a starship. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Catch me on the next one.